You don't hear anything behind this door. Behind the door is a sort of rat maze, but it's missing the rat, or whatever is supposed to be traversing the maze.
Oh, did we not catch it? Maybe it didn't, Oh, you know what? I think I have to open the door again. So we're trying to catch one of the Antwerps, because then that will run in the maze.
Oh, fortunately.
Don't know if that counts.
It doesn't.
Oh,
That.
Whoop, 1 second. Trying to remember, we need to activate this machine. So I think it's set to do it. Do we need to bait it with something? Maybe it works for candy. I wish I hadn't skipped it by accident.
Candy isn't good for baby Antwerps.
Okay, we do need to bait it with something. Sandwich?
You bait the trap with avocado from
There
your
we go.
sandwich. Avocado was never high on your list of favorite foods anyway.
Which is bullshit. Everyone loves avocado.
Trap starts working.
Okay. So, as you can see, if you click a little too fast, you can actually skip a lot of... you can
caught
skip
an
a lot.
Antwerp. It's simply amazing.
Okay, we're going to save here. Because I don't know if we have to keep putting more sandwiches down if we fuck this up.
The Antwerp has a soft, delicate fur over a basically rubbery base.
Okay, let's try this maze again.
This is the Antwerp maze. Antwerps are naturally bouncy, so all you have to do is continually rotate the maze until the baby Antwerp bounces over to the key, then out through the exit.
We're basically playing a different game right now. It's very weird. So we have to carefully do this weird bullshit without it going through the exit too quickly. It's not even really a puzzle, to be honest. It's reflex based. Oops. It's also a little hard to keep. If it rotated slowly, it'd be easier to keep, like, perspective. I just have to know that I'm clicking it at the right time, basically. Okay, it has the key, somehow. I don't know why it picked it up, but it decided to. Oops. And there we go.
Congratulations. You've used the baby Antwerp to get Dr. Cranium's laboratory key from the maze. You add the key to your key ring.
Success. So, may as well go in. Oh, it's one of the... Do I have to flip them? Oh, good. It's not that bad. Okay. Easy. You can see there's a grayed out rotate button, though. Which means...
You've managed to find Dr. Cranium's keyhole and open the door. You pass through into Dr. Cranium's private laboratory.
Which means that puzzle's gonna get harder, too.
Quickly, Igor, the fluid. I must have the fluid. Oh, excuse me. I thought it was Igor coming in to assist me. He helps out in the lab sometimes. Now then, what can I do for you?
This is nutty as fuck. Alright, so what the fuck's going on here with this clearly scientifically advanced man?
Contraption looking nothing quite so much as a giant ray gun points towards the operating table. Now wait just a second. There's no such thing as a ray gun in Mordavia, is there?
Even the narrator's like, what the fuck is going on?
You are in an incredibly cluttered laboratory. Flasks, vials, jars, and tubing cover every surface. Experiments are in progress everywhere. It looks for all the world like a medieval moonshine still. But Dr. Cranium is far too intelligent to drink alcohol. So he must be developing a new fuel or something. Dr. Cranium looks considerably more like a demented wizard or mad scientist than a real scientist. Despite his white hair, you suspect that he's no more than middle-aged.
Interesting.
He also seems to have developed a significant paunch. Root beer belly, no doubt.
Yes, he would never drink.
You are in an incredibly clumsy... It's a beaker full of eyes, and they all seem to be looking at you.
Well, that's 2 eyes attached to a brain. I don't know what he's talking about.
Dr. Cranium likes to stay ahead of his competitors.
Ah, it's terrible.
It looks like a giant boiler. The chain attached to it looks like it activates some sort of release valve.
What's up with you, Doc?
My name is Dr. Cranium. I am Moldavia's chief scientist and a certified genius. Some call me mad, but I much prefer Dr. Cranium. Ah, yes, science. I'm glad you asked. Science is the process of systematically increasing our knowledge of the world through observation and experiment. Unfortunately, some of the townspeople here seem to have no concept of the wonders of science. Some of them even claim my little inventions are magical. Such poppycock. There's no such thing as magic. Still, the townspeople insisted that I should be able to use my magic to cure wounds and sickness. I told them that I am a scientist, not a doctor, but they wouldn't listen. I had little choice but to concoct some simple elixirs. They were childishly pleased. Science is really so simple once you understand it.
This motherfucker doesn't believe in magic. He's in a distinctly magical world, and he does not believe in magic.
Oh, you must mean my patented healing drink. You may have my last one. Unfortunately, I have forgotten the formula for its main ingredient. If you can help me remember it, I will be able to make some more healing drinks, although the work is very time-consuming.
This is why we need the manual. I forgot to get that before I started the stream. We're not going to do this right now.
Somehow, that doesn't seem quite right. Maybe you better check your manual and try again tomorrow.
Alright, but we are going to grab one of everything.
If you want to improve your stamina, then you should make sure you eat a healthy diet from all the different food groups and get plenty of aerobic exercise. That is science. Oh, you must mean my new universal poison antidote. You may have this one, but I will need some help with the formula to make more. Also, I am afraid I only have time to make one each day.
So if we do show up here every day, we do get one more of each of the things he's offering. And also, this is a very slow... If we looked in the manual and looked up Elkhorn, we'd have the answer. This is not brute forcible. It's not. It would be, well, I mean, it is brute forcible, but it would take fucking forever.
Somehow...
So I wouldn't recommend it. I recommend just grabbing it.
You ask Dr. Cranium if he can spare an empty flask for specimen collection.
Of course. I am always delighted to assist scientific research of any kind, and I have plenty of flasks. You may have this one.
Question is, how many flasks can we get? Because we need several.
You ask...
Of course.
Okay, we're just gonna do this a few times. These fucking still frames. One more time.
Of course.
Jesus, those teeth.
Experiments are the meat and drink of science. First, you must come up with a hypothesis based on your understanding of the scientific elements. Then perform
This is
an
amazing.
experiment to test the hypothesis. Afterwards, you have a pizza. Earth is for solidity and stability. Air gives freedom and movement. Fire provides power and energy. Water, fluidity, and life. Pizza, of course, is the most important element of all. Pizza represents the essence of well-roundedness and regaining strength. Most importantly, you can have it delivered in under half an hour in most areas.
God, this is so 90s. Oh my god.
A hypothesis is a scientific guess. One predicts the result of an operation, performs an experiment to test the prediction, then has a pizza to celebrate the result. It is very important to stay flexible, however. Sometimes the experiment may give a different result than predicted by the hypothesis. Since real scientists don't like to make mistakes, we always write the hypothesis in pencil. Pizza is a crucial ingredient in many scientific formulae. There is a nearly infinite variation in its effects, depending on whether one starts with pepperoni, mushrooms, artichokes, or plain cheese. One should always order extra pizza in case the experiment requires additional materials. Besides, science is hungry work.
This guy loves his fucking pizza. I don't blame him. So we talked about all of these. We got a healing potion, a poison cure, and like maybe 10 flasks. We don't need that many, but we have enough if we need it. His name, his science, magic.
There is, of course, no such thing as magic. There is only science. Still, you would be amazed at how gullible some people are. Just the other day, someone gave me this scroll saying it was a magical spell. Can you believe that? It is purest poppycock. Nothing on here makes any sense whatsoever. Here, you may have this as a reminder that magic is a figment of fevered imagination. Only science is real.
Obviously, Dr. Cranium needs to take a correspondence course from the famous wizard school. As you read the scroll, you find that you have learned the incantations and gestures with which to cast a glide spell. Then the scroll vanishes.
There, you see, it was not even a very good piece of parchment. Fell right apart.
That's a good question, Joe. What will happen if we do magic in front of him?
Igor is the gravedigger and tombstone carver. Business has been slow lately, perhaps because there are very few people left in town. So Igor sometimes comes in to help me with my work. Igor has had less work of late. The forest is just as dangerous, but there aren't very many people left in town who are stupid enough to go out there at night, you know. I like to think of it as a sort of evolution in action. Igor is carving out quite a niche for himself in the gravestone business. You might say he is well on his way to becoming a rock star. Then again, you might not. The cemetery is outside of town to the east. It has proven a fruitful source of materials for my experiments. There are also some interesting and cryptic puzzles to be solved there.
Might be a shocker, but the graveyard is important in an RPG in the 90s. Igor said he had good business, but he's also a bit of a jokester. He did say business was piling up. I guess it depends on who you talk to.
The cemetery is outside of town to the east. It has proven a fruitful source of materials for my experiments. There are also...
Oh, sorry, I already read that one. So, Igor, what is the fluid?
Essential etheric fluid is an important ingredient in my formula for reanimating dead bodies. It contains the essence of the element of water, the most important ingredient in life science. This laboratory is where I perform some of my most important research. Lately, I have been trying to bring life back to a dead body and to brew the perfect cup of tea.
Both noble. Both noble.
Reanimating the dead is just another day's work in the life of a scientist. Even science cannot bring a person back right the way they were, but one can use scientific principles to restore the semblance of life and energy to formerly dead flesh. The one alchemical combination that I have thus far been unable to fully analyze is that of a good cup of tea. I'm sure there must be a way to duplicate the effects of nature, but the results have not been promising so far. Perhaps you would like a cup of spearmint and beefsteak tea? I thought
Beefsteak.
not. This is even harder than rehydration solution and reviving dead tissue. Research is the heart and soul of science. Without constant experimentation to prove or disprove one's hypotheses, the scientist is left trying to solve the world's problems by guesswork. That is hardly the most efficient way to achieve results. I try to maintain a modest selection of useful experimental equipment in my simple laboratory.
Simple, huh?
Unfortunately, it has become very difficult to obtain the most modern scientific accessories since the road out of the valley became closed by the swamp.
Okay. Mad scientist.
Mad? Mad? They all call me mad, but what do they know of madness? I am not mad. A bit perturbed about the world situation and how I get so little respect, perhaps, but certainly not mad.
Okay. I think we're good here for the moment. Now, I'm reasonably sure there is a, You saw that we had to do 2 different, passwords for the health and the poison cure. I'm pretty sure the revival fluid or something similar requires that password, and that is a blocker in the game because it's the 90s way of doing privacy protection. So, but that'll be next stream for sure. Especially because we don't even have the option right now. I think we might have to give him the other 2 answers and then he'll let us do the third. I don't remember. But it's not exactly important right now. Oh, wait. Let's say goodbye. Oh, we haven't done any of these.
You say hello to the scientist.
Welcome to my laboratory. You must have more than the usual intelligence and perseverance to have made it in here.
You introduce yourself to Dr. Cranium and tell him a little about your adventures.
I should be most interested to hear about your travels and your scientific discoveries along the way. Unfortunately, I have very little time for that right now. Perhaps we can discuss your adventures when you next return.
I think we might actually have to come back here either every day or every other day. I forget. So we did that. Why don't we tell him about magic?
You explain to Dr. Cranium that magic is really a lot like science and even deals with the same elements.
Oh, nonsense! There's no such thing as magic. There is only science. What you call magic is simply scientific phenomena that have not yet been properly investigated and catalogued.
He's not exactly wrong, honestly.
You thumb your nose, rub your belly, and so on.
I was afraid of that. As an outsider here, you have apparently not yet built up an immunity to the Moldavian dancing sickness. We used to have several people in town who exhibited those symptoms, but I have not seen any cases in quite some time. Let us hope the disease does not prove fatal in your case.
Okay. Why don't we try what Joe suggested? Why don't we see what happens? I don't think I even need to save for this, but let's see what happens if we do some magic. Why don't we do,
It's too dangerous.
Damn.
Town during the day. The townspeople are very suspicious of magic users.
Can't do it. Game won't let us.
You say goodbye to Dr. Cranium.
Please be careful not to break the beakers or crack the flasks on your way out.
Don't fuck up all my shit, you damn hero.
Come back and visit again. Oh, and if you see Igor, please tell him I still need the fluid.
Why don't we go talk to Igor? Pull the chain. Sorry, did I miss something? How could I possibly miss something? Oh, this chain, right.
You try a couple of quick pulls on the chain. You're not at all sure what you've started, but it's definitely enough to make you nervous.
Nothing?
You try a couple of
Nope. Nothing.
You say good.
Okay. Out we go.
Come back on if you see.
Fluid, right. So I think we've now talked to almost everyone in the town. Oh, hey, it's night. We've talked to everyone in the town. It is nightfall. I don't think Igor's out here anymore. I think it might be too late for him. Yeah, he's not here.
Stone carvings on the dark building seem to writhe in the moonlight. You get the feeling that they are hungry and waiting for something or someone. A sense of great danger and hunger comes from near the door of the massive stone building.
So it's officially night. Everyone's asleep, or whoops, gotta get my cursor into place. Everyone's either asleep or at the inn going to go to sleep. So why don't we go back to the inn?
The door is locked and probably barred as well.
So they lock and bar this real quick, but we can knock on it and they'll let us
You hear
in.
movement on the other side of the door.
We're not going to the cemetery at night.
After a few minutes, you hear someone removing the bar and unlocking the bolts on the other side of the door.
Not yet, anyway. We will go there, but at night there's only how to
The
put
inhabitants
this?
of the inn eye you suspiciously. You get the feeling that you're not particularly welcome here.
There is a few reasons we want to go there at night, but not until we're ready. It's important that we go when we're prepared. I think these might be different. You know what, why don't we sit down first? Make sure we get a good meal. Which is mostly consisting of garlic.
Dinner tonight is garlic stew with vegetables.
No, when he died of like random encounters, there's no particular death scene.
I am well.
That's good.
My wife keeps the kitchen, and I keep the inn. Together, we make the Hotel Mordavia the best place to stay in all this valley. They come in here in the evening to talk, to drink, and relax.
What you got for food?
My wife prepares and serves 2 hearty meals a day. I am sure you will find them satisfying. Just sit down in the chair by the door, and Bella will be happy to serve you.
That's right, you sit down and a meal just shows up. It's pretty good service, honestly.
Garlic is our national vegetable. We all love garlic around here, don't we, my friends? Of course. Hey, everyone loves garlic.
Yeah, it's Stinky. It's our country's flower.
I don't care much for garlic.
I don't remember asking.
Why is everybody so stinky? It's because of all the garlic they eat.
You know, we don't get many strangers here, now that the pass outside's been cut off.
He's right. We don't trust ones who come here by unknown means.
Yeah, particularly strangers we don't know.
We tend to be kinda suspicious of strangers, and I think I'm looking at one right now.
Yeah, that's why we made the sign that says strangers are unwelcome and unwanted.
Right. And in our own subtle way, we try to get across the fact that we don't like them very much.
Strangers bring bad luck.
Strangers bring trouble.
Actually, the last stranger brought a jester's hat and a staff, but I still don't trust him.
Jester?
Anything else you want to know, stranger?
Yeah, who the fuck is the Jester?
You know, there's another stranger in town besides you.
Oh, and let me tell you, he is very strange, okay?
Strange. The dude ain't even human.
No one knows how he got here or why he came.
No one knows where he goes during the day. Or who he's trying to meet, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and he tells jokes. At least I think he does.
Yeah, he says he's a real jester.
He dresses like Sonny Bono.
And he acts like a gnome.
He is a gnome, Einstein.
Oh, is that true, LL? I didn't realize they were just improv comics. That's pretty awesome, actually. So we did Strangers. Don't think we talked about the town.
The town of Mordavia is a very safe place to be, gotta tell you.
Oh yeah, you got nothing to fear within the walls of the town.
Other than the old monastery.
Yeah, the old monastery. As long as you don't venture into the old monastery, you'll be safe as milk in this town.
Safe as milk?
Yeah, as long as you don't even think of getting near the old monastery, you're gonna be okay.
Did I, mention the monastery door?
Oh, yeah, right. The monastery door. Look, as long as you don't go near the monastery door.
In fact, nowhere near the monastery. Don't even think about it.
You'll be perfectly safe in the town of Mordavia.
Perfect. Oh, that face. Perfectly safe. Just don't go near any part of the monastery.
Hey, look. There's nothing wrong with us.
Yeah, we're okay. We've been tested.
Well,
Tested.
to tell you the truth, I do feel a cold sore coming on.
For the characters Hans, Franz, and Ivan, co-creator Corey Cole was in the studio when voice recordings were first being made for the game. It was during this time that the actors for those three characters were improvising and going off script. Corey Cole enjoyed the improv so much he didn't mind that the actors went off script. He then asked each of them to do their favorite voice impressions for the characters. 2 of the actors chose Jack Nicholson. Interesting. Huh.
Hey, Mordavian nights are dangerous.
Oh, he's right, you know. Nobody goes out at night, except my girlfriend, but she's working.
Her and a few ghosts.
Oh my
revenants,
god.
Wraith and
There was...
vampire or two.
Hold it, put it in park. There are no vampires in Mordavia.
Vampires in Moldavia. Whoever heard of such nonsense?
I hate to burst your bubble, but my Uncle Fred was bitten by a vampire once.
Your Uncle Fred's alive and well and retired till Silmaria. Hello?
Yeah, I know him. He sends you a postcard every harvest time saying, "Where's my $20?"
Well, he had a miraculous recovery.
Sure, I'll replay it. Holy fuck. There is no way as a child I would have understood that joke. Holy fuck.
Hey, Mordavian nights are dangerous.
Oh, he's right, you know. Nobody goes out at night, except my girlfriend, but she's working.
Her and a few ghosts, and revenants, a wraith, and
Okay, Ghost
vampire
Revenants, Wraith
too.
Vampire.
Hold it, put it in park. There are no vampires in Mordavia.
Vampires in Moldavia. Whoever heard of such nonsense?
I hate to burst your bubble, but my Uncle Fred was bitten by a vampire once.
Your Uncle Fred's alive and well and retired till Silmaria. Hello?
Yeah, I know him. He sends you a postcard every harvest time saying, "Where's my $20?"
Well, he had a miraculous recovery.
Okay. Wow, some of those jokes are just hidden in there, huh? Alright, so we've talked to them again. I'll greet
They
them.
all stare at you for a moment, then go back to talking amongst themselves.
Fair. We need to get on their good side, but I don't think we can do that through talking.
We do not believe in heroes in Mordavia. We have no need of heroes here.
Yeah, I mean, a hero's a nice sandwich, but I don't want to live next door to one.
Actually, I had an uncle once who was a hero.
Will you give me a break with all this hero stuff? Enough!
Some of these jokes are really fucking quick. Oh, give him candy. Okay. And this is why you're here, because there's some shit that I just don't remember.